James Lynch here from mmaEazy. Happy to be joined by Sweet Dreams Jamahal Hill, who's going to be taking on Anthony Smith, UFC Fight Night, March 11th. Jamahal, how are you, man?
I'm good. How you doing, James?
Doing great. I did not just get up from a nap, though. This fight, we'd been hearing kind of rumblings about this for a while. It seemed like Smith had said he had a fight signed, you had his fight signed, and you kind of do the math and figure out kind of putting two and two together. From your perspective, like, when did you get whiff of that you were going to be fighting Anthony Smith?
Maybe like a month ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, maybe like a month ago.
Interesting.
They called and offered me Anthony Smith. They originally offered me Anthony Smith. It was March 25th, and that to me that just seemed like a long ass time away. I didn't like that, and then obviously Anthony Smith, somebody I'm cool with. You know, I didn't like I didn't really care to have to fight him. But it was what it was, you know. The alternative was fight a guy that wasn't ranked. They really offered me a guy that wasn't ranked in his hometown. So it was like, nah, bro. I'm trying to get to a title. So me and Smith, we confirmed the Smith thing.
Good.
They actually called me a week ago to fight on December 10th.
Oh, the 282 card.
Mm-hmm. They just didn't say who was hurt. They said somebody was hurt. They just didn't say who it was.
Interesting. Well, obviously we know now it was Yuri Prohaska, right? So
They never even mentioned Yuri's name. It was Magomed or Jan.
okay.
I told him. I said the same thing Glover said. I said if it's Jan, run it. If it's Magomed, let me get a full camp.
So you mentioned there was this other opponent that wasn't ranked that they wanted you to fight in his hometown. Are you allowed to say who it was? And were you surprised to get that just because of your big win over Thiago Santos?
Yeah, but I was, but I wasn't. I think it was Jolton.
Oh, Jolton Almeida. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we'll probably be seeing him soon because obviously they want him up at the top. So
one fight I was curious about, obviously Nikita Krylov and Ozdemir fought, a couple months ago. Ozdemir ended up losing that fight. Had he won that fight, do you think that would have been an option for you, or do you think you were past that because you beat Santos?
it depends on if it would have been sooner.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to have been a fight that could have been booked sooner.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And you kind of are alluding to it there. And I agree with you. I'm sure you wanted to fight sooner than March, right? Like, I'm sure you were just asking the UFC, like, hey, can I get one more in this year? Was that kind of the plan?
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough spot, right? Because there is one opponent that probably would have made sense, but he's injured, and that's Rakic, right? Like there's a few other guys. Like if you look at the rankings in terms of like you moving ahead, there's very few guys that aren't booked up or injured or whatever, right? So I'm sure part of the reason they wanted to do March was because Smith is, still recovering from his injury, right?
They still needed time. He said he wanted to go January or February, but he just needs more time, which I understand. I've had my injuries, and I needed more time.
Anthony Smith, Lionheart, they call him that for a reason. A very durable guy, a guy that's going to bring you the fight. How are you looking at this fight from a style perspective? Because Smith is good everywhere.
Yeah, I'm looking at it as he's well-rounded, but I understand nobody wants to strike with me. I understand dudes truly believe that the easy path and just a way that they just clearly can just have the advantages if they just get me on the ground, and that's what I'm excited for about this one. I think Anthony is well rounded, and I think he can potentially test certain areas and things, but I'm him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not worried about it, bro. Like I watched this. I think I watched the Believe You Me podcast. Last night I watched him talk about it. He feels he's better everywhere. He feels he's the more technical striker, which okay, it's cool. I respect Anthony. He's been an OG to me since we walked in. But I think that me giving him that respect from whenever I first got here, understanding and things, maybe he underestimates and he truly don't understand the threat of what's in front of him. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, no,
cool.
understandable. Yeah,
Man, which is cool. I it doesn't change how I feel about things. I like when people come in confident. I want you to think you have me beat everywhere. I want you to think you have my number. You got me figured out. Because once you get in there and you realize that's not the fucking case, it's a bad feeling. It's a bad feeling.
yeah, yeah. We've seen that with a lot of your opponents that don't end up making to the judges' scorecards, right?
And it's a hard one to overcome, especially when you get your bell rung too.
Mhm. No, for sure, man. And what did you make of his performance against Ankalaev? I know it ended in an injury, but what did you think of him leading up to the loss?
I thought he was on a good run. I thought when he went in, he looked ready. He looked game, ready to fight. It's hard to really judge because of the injury.
Yeah. No, I know. A little bit of a question mark there. In the past, I know we had spoken. I know you're very happy, training back home at your gym and doing everything that you've been doing out there in Michigan. But you did mention to me, I remember mentioning about maybe going out to Killcliff. Is there any plans to do that this time around just because the fight's so far in advance?
Killcliff. What's Killcliff?
Whatever it's called, Hard Knocks. The gym in Florida. They call it Killcliff now. They've changed the name a couple times. It used to be the Black Zillions back in the day, and now it's called Killcliff.
Oh shit. Yeah. I'm gonna get that way and check out them boys. Also, I've been hollering at a couple other guys that I want to work with. So probably I'm gonna get out and get some cross training out and get some cross training in. I just add some new wrinkles to my game. Look at some different looks. I'm just always trying to evolve. You know.
Yeah. No, iron sharpens iron. Any names specifically you can mention that you're looking to work with, or is it still preliminary stages?
Um, I've reached out to Aljo. Aljo, he's got some time. He's doing some things with his family. At some point in this camp, I'm gonna lock in with him, and I'm gonna get some work in with him. Kevin Holland.
He's fighting this weekend at the time of recording this, so yeah, I'm sure you
I,
probably reach out to him after. Yeah.
I actually fly out tomorrow. I'm gonna be down in Orlando with
Oh, great.
if he needs anything, things like that. Yeah, and then Sanford, just get down to Sanford and get some more work in with guys down there.
Okay, well that sounds good. Why Aljo specifically? Like, what do you want to? Why do you want to work with him specifically? I was just curious about that because obviously he's a bantamweight, but I'm sure there's things that he has in his game, right?
Backpack.
Yeah. No, everything. I mean, he's proven it, man. He's been legit, right?
Oh yeah, well, he's a dog. Just the level of comfort and dominance and way he goes about in his grappling and things like that. There's some things that I know I can learn from that. I can learn there.
And with this fight being in March, do you get to enjoy the holidays at all? Do you get to eat a little bit? Because I always try and remember, like, how much weight do you actually cut to get down to 205?
Depends. Shit, I'm pretty big. I get
Not too big though, because you got this fight coming up, right? Well, I guess you got enough time though.
It was too big.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I ate.
Ate a lot. Yeah, watched a lot of football. That's good.
Yeah. Better if I'd have won some of these football bets, but it's not good.
Yeah, no, it's tough, man. It's tough. Smith's only been finished. I think he's been finished twice at 205. He's a really, really durable guy. With all that said, like I know you go out there to finish guys that are tough to finish, like Thiago Santos and so many other names or whatever. But just knowing what Smith's capable of in terms of him being able to come back, we saw that in the Ozdemir fight and against Gustafsson. Does that play in the back of your head, or do you just keep things how they are with you?
Fuck no, I don't care. That's not. Like I said before. I focus on things I can control. I can't control how tough he is. I can't control how many shots he takes. All I can do is just keep giving them to him.
Yeah.
I don't care how tough he is. I'm gonna put this shit. I'm just gonna put these. I'm gonna put these motherfuckers on you. Period. And I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop until you check out.
What is your?
It's period. If you can take them, you can just take an ass whooping for, for 5 rounds or until you go to sleep. More power to you. ass whooping coming all the same though.
What is your early prediction for the fight? How do you see it playing out?
I see me going in and doing and performing and winning dominantly. Um, I think he will present some new threats, and I'm excited for those because I get to actually show how dominant I truly am, not just standing, not just with the hands and things like that. Everywhere, you know what I mean, everywhere. I plan on, you know what I mean. My guy Anthony Smith, he cool, but I plan on owning him everywhere.